Today, we got a preview for Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel, and in animatic form, which is always more fun in my opinion. More fun than waiting for fully colored and animated shots anyways. My name is ImpSona, welcome back to Hell, and let's take a look at that clip.
To the Hazbin Hotel. And what is your name?
My name is Baxter.
Ooh, Baxter, that's a fun name. Are you checking in with us?
I intend to, yes.
Oh, that's great. Oh, look at your little lab coat. It's very cute. Are you an inventor?
Don't belittle me, woman. I'm not an inventor, I am a scientist. There's a difference. Some could classify me as a mad scientist.
Pentious was an inventor. That's so cool. I bet you're just like him.
If you're referring to that pompous snake, I'd like it known I am nothing like him.
Hey, everyone, meet Pentious.
Baxter.
Right, Baxter. And you're here to be redeemed, Baxter. Sorry, Pentious, Baxter.
I am here to study this fascinating concept of redemption. My hypothesis is that it's impossible.
Now, for those who don't know, this character Baxter is a character that appeared a very long time ago as one of the main members of Hazbin Hotel that VivziePop would draw for live streams and such. Baxter was a bit like Mimsy from Season 1, who was originally designed to be a full-fledged main character, but who was reduced in importance when the story evolved and the main cast ended up being quite a lot to explore already. Mimsy was brought back for just one episode with no real plans to explore her as a main character like we do with the others. Baxter was one of the fan-favorite early characters like Mimsy, who also appeared during Charlie's song, Inside of Every Demon is a Rainbow, with Mimsy appearing at a bar in one shot and Baxter appearing underwater in another, hinting at them both appearing in the show later. As you'll notice, he actually had some similarities to Sir Pentious, so much so that in this official scene, Charlie begins accidentally calling Baxter by Sir Pentious's name. Both are inventors, both from an earlier time period, and both seemingly seeking redemption, though the similarities seem to end there. Sir Pentious was something of a genius inventor, but he was also a bit of a mindless man socially. Baxter seems much more cunning and sneaky, and like Sir Pentious, could be up to something when he first enters the hotel, instead of being there for good reasons. What's interesting is that there appears to be a lot of people at the hotel, meaning this is probably episode 1 of the new season, taking place shortly after the final battle of Season 1. Baxter was said in early livestream interviews to not be a favorite of VivziePop's, and someone that was initially designed by a family member or friend from what I recall. This character had fallen out of favor with VivziePop from what I understand. I don't quite remember why, as I said, but I think it was that he was a bit difficult to write for her when it came to scenes interacting with other characters. I had personally imagined Sir Pentious as being a sort of replacement for Baxter, and even discussed this in an earlier video, as VivziePop had said before that she wasn't sure if Baxter would make it into the show, and a lot of what his character could do, you know, like mad inventor stuff, ended up being taken on by Sir Pentious. Pentious himself was only meant to be a pilot character from what I understand, but VivziePop and fans loved him so much that he became one of the most important characters in the series if you think about it. With Sir Pentious dying at the end of Season 1 and somehow making it to heaven, Charlie seems to really miss him and wants to use Baxter to fill his place. It makes sense that a lot of Season 2, or at least one episode, would be about Charlie trying to deal with the loss of Sir Pentious, even after everyone else singing that the show must go on. She put a lot of effort into Sir Pentious, and she probably felt like she made a lot more progress than with anyone else. Considering he's in heaven, she did, but since she doesn't know that, a lot of Season 2 can be shaped by this loss until they eventually learn he is alive and fine in heaven, which has to happen at some point, right? What's interesting to me is that VivziePop seemed to allude to this in an interview she did with the CEO of Cartoon Universe, Hailey, who you can see sitting on the couch in the background here in our office. When asked about characters like Baxter, VivziePop had this to say.
Used to see me draw with, like, you know, the Hazbin, like, they were part of the cast. What's fun is, like, Mimsy was one, for example. She is in the show, but, you know, she's not in the main core cast, at least not yet, because I just kind of was like, it's already such a big cast, and she's just one too many characters. But characters like that, there's a couple that I used to draw specifically as part of the main group, and my goal is to work them all in eventually. So, you know, fingers crossed that everyone's favorite of those, because people really like those. That's why I don't want to break this art with like, I didn't like that one, so but that's my new goal, is like, I'm gonna figure out a way to like them. So it might mean a redesign, it might mean, you know, they're slightly different, but it will be that character.
As soon as I heard this, I thought of Baxter, which means I was really surprised to see he was in the storyboard for what looks like literally the very next episode. However, Baxter and Mimsy were not the only expanded Hazbin Hotel cast members who didn't make it into the show so far. Cherry Bomb is supposed to have a boyfriend that we even see a glimpse of in the Addict music video, and the main cast was originally going to be rounded out by another character, Criminy. Criminy looks like a hellhound, but she's from so early in Hazbin Hotel's development that I don't think hellhounds were a native species at that point. Like other characters, she was likely a sinner who was born first on Earth, and like how Husk manifested as a cat demon in Hell, she'd manifest as something of a hound. Criminy may be the character that VivziePop discusses as not being sure when they will appear yet, but my hope is that when she does appear, she would pop into the hotel trying to get redemption. But now being redeveloped as a native hellhound, no one would actually be sure if she could get into heaven even if she changed her way of life, which doesn't have to be nearly as sinful as the actual sinners. I thought this kind of conflict at the hotel would be really interesting to explore. A native demon who perhaps lives a more moral and responsible life than all of the sinners at the hotel. Being forced to live with a bunch of sinners, perhaps a whole bunch of new ones who are trying to take advantage of the hotel's success, as they all masquerade like Angel did, pretending they want to get better when they really just want a better life handed to them. Criminy could just be sitting there complaining about how everyone just squandered their first opportunity on Earth and are doing it again in the hotel, where she barely even has her one opportunity there as a native. But what do you think? And what characters would you like to see return? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys soon.